משנה ה', ביאור משנה ה'. אגב המשנה הקודמת, because we already started learning about there's no between. That's what we learned. It's the first Adar and the second Adar are the same. We're going to do other things that this one and these ones are the same. Yeah. Yeah. So since we introduced that, we're going to do about other things. For Shabbos in Yom Tov, Shabbos in Yom Kippur. Yeah.
One and exactly it's other two.
Yeah.
You have two other. What do you?
Oh, I don't think he's going to discuss over here. But he's not going to discuss Adar. He's going to discuss other things. That not this, but this. אגב המשנה הקודמת, because of the previous Mishnah, באות מכאן ועד סוף פרקנו, from here and until the end of the chapter, we leave Megillah. We leave Purim. We don't discuss Purim anymore. What do we discuss? הלכות שונות המתחילות בלשון אין בין אלא. So we're going to have other places where it says the same language. There's no but in between. In other words, they're the same. There's no difference between them, but. There's no difference between them, but. So many other things that we said, there's no difference between them, but. Yeah, just like other Aleph and Aleph Bet, they're going to say it about a million other areas that have nothing to do with Purim. For example, let's start. En ben Yom Tov leShabbat. There's no difference between Yom Tov and Shabbat. Exactly the same. Li'inyan isur melachot. When it comes to say prohibited jobs. What is the difference? It's exactly the same. Yom Tov and Shabbat exactly the same, except what? Ela ochel nefesh. That on Yom Tov you're allowed to cook. Anything that anything that has to do with cooking, you're allowed to do on Yom Tov. You're not allowed to do Shabbat. But in everything else, they're exactly the same. בלבד, only. שביום טוב מותר לעשות מלאכה שלצורך אוכל נפש. That on a Yom Tov, on a holiday, you're allowed to do work that is necessary in order to be eating. שנאמר, because it says, אך אשר יאכל לכל נפש, this is in Shmos, it says only that is going to be eaten to every soul, הוא לבדו יעשה לכם. Only that you're allowed to do. מה שאין כן בשבת, in Shabbat you're not even allowed to cook. משנה זו שנויה במסכת באה. This Mishnah is learned in מסכת ביצה, ומבואר בגמרא שם, שהמשנה היא לדעת בית שמאי. We explained that the Mishnah is according to the house of Shammai, אבל ההלכה היא כבית הלל, but the halacha is like the house of הלל, הסוברים, that they are holding, שמתוך שהותרה ביום טוב הוצאת עברה לצורך אוכל נפש, הותרה גם שלא לצורך, and we learned this. It says, not only for eating we're allowed to make food, make fire, also for heating the house, for warmth or for other things we're allowed to. Once you remember we learned this, once you're allowed for this, you're allowed for the whole thing. Beit Shammai disagrees, but Beit Hillel is the halacha that we do. כגון שיש בצורך מצווה, או צורך הנאה לאדם, if there's a need for a mitzvah for the melacha, or you can get any other kind of enjoyment, you're still allowed to do it in a Yom Tov like we learned before. Next one. אין בין שבת ליום הכיפורים. It says Shabbat and Yom Kippurim is exactly the same, except when it talks about work that is forbidden in both of them. So in other words, Shabbos and Yom Kippur are exactly the same, except אלא שזה זדונו בידי אדם. But there is a difference in the punishment. There's a difference in the punishment. In the melachas, there's no difference at all. What is the difference? The difference between Shabbos and Yom Kippur exactly the same, except in the punishment. What's the difference in punishment? העושה מלאכה בשבת במזיד. If a person does work on Shabbat purposefully, עונשו בידי אדם, he gets punished in human court. What? שחייב סקילה על ידי בית דין. That is obligated stoning through the court. וזה זדונו בכרת. On Yom Kippur, if somebody, it's a same prohibition, you're not allowed to. וזה זדונו בכרת. ועושה מלאכה ביום הכיפורים, and if one does work on Yom Kippur במזיד, purposefully, חייב כרת. There's no there's no earthly court. היינו שעונשו בידי שמיים. This punishment is in the hand of heavens. ברם, אם יתרו בו וילקו, פטור מכרת. But if he got a warning, and afterward he got lashes. He didn't get lashes because of the Torah over here. He got lashes because the Beis Din or the witnesses warned him and he didn't listen. So if because of that,
Why don't they stone him too?
because on Yom Kippur you don't get stoning. There's no, he's not getting.
It looks like Shabbos is higher.
Yeah, he's not getting lashes. He's not getting lashes because of he broke Yom Kippur.
Because he did melacha.
No, he's getting lashes because he didn't listen to the witnesses. He didn't listen to the court.
אבל true.
It's true.
לא לעשות.
That's why he's getting the lashes. The Torah has no lashes for Yom Kippur. It has no punishment for Yom Kippur. The punishment is God's going to take care of you. You're not getting a punishment. That's by God. You're getting punishment because
by Hashem.
yeah, we do know. Correct. You're gonna die. Yeah, but over here,
So, but I don't understand because why doesn't it say in the end that he's going to be also covered? אם הותרו בו והלקו, פטור.
because since he got lashes indirectly because of his deed in a human court from the rabbis, that takes care of the karet. That's instead of the karet. So in other words, on Yom Kippur, it's better for the person to have been warned than not have been warned. Because if he wasn't warned, think about it, he's going to die before the age of 50. If he was warned, he just get lashes and he's not going to die.
So we should warn the people maybe. או שהיום זה לא...
In a nice way.
Because it looks like Shabbos is
Yeah.
in a way
Yeah.
stronger.
Warning, just remember, there's an idea in warning. Warning means that you expect the person to understand. Most of the people, yeah, they don't understand. They're called Tinok Shenishba. What is Tinok Shenishba? Tinok Shenishba is a person who has been captured by the Goyim. So he says, okay, he's been captured by the Goyim, but now he's 20 years old and he's come back to the Jewish nation. And we tell him that's what you have to do. He's still a Tinok Shenishba. He doesn't have to do what you tell him. He doesn't believe you. He doesn't think you're right. He thinks it's not a problem doing all the things against the Torah. Yeah? Warning to such a person is not, it's not called a warning. Warning means, even in American law, it's called mazrea, I think. That's why it's called mazrea. You need to prove that the guy understands the severity of the crime. If the guy doesn't understand the severity of the crime, what are you giving him a warning for? He doesn't believe you. So the same thing in Jewish court. Yeah, the warning to people, like you say, you know who warned? A religious person. That's a warning.
But how do you know? But maybe he doesn't know. He just have a keep.
Yeah, but I'm talking theoretically. Yeah. But people who are not religious, what are you warning? He doesn't believe it. Obviously, if he would believe it, he would try to do it.
Coming another Gilgul? Man.
Why would he?
He'll die before 50?
Kares today? No, Kares today doesn't work. We're not holy enough. Kares only worked at the time of Beit HaMikdash existed. It doesn't work today.
Oh, today Kares doesn't work?
I mean, it works to the soul. There's no time over there. Yeah, but it dies. Physically down here.
He can live until 90.
Yeah.
If he didn't keep Kippur and nothing.
Because over there, the souls did not receive from Klippa. They only receive from Kedusha. So therefore, the Kedusha will give the soul only strength until 50 years. Today, we don't care. We don't take the energy from Kedusha. We take all the energy from the Klippa. And from the Klippa, we can live even longer. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We discuss this some other time. It's Hasidus.
No, but